This is also how idea suppression works. When you are young and when you are vulnerable and when you need the help of older members of your academic community to bring you forward, you're extremely vulnerable to what might be termed the droit de seigneur of the academic community. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with it, or the prima notte, there was an old legend that the lords of the manor would command the right to take the virginity of every bride on her wedding night, until there arose a miller's daughter known as the Magnaya. Now, the Magnaya had a different plan, for she wished instead to be with her husband and not the evil lord of the manor. So what she did was she smuggled a knife underneath her robes and appeared in the bedchamber of the lord of the manor and killed him. Now, this is celebrated in the Festival of the Oranges, which is potentially the world's largest food fight in which armed combatants throw oranges at each other. I think it's in Italy, if I'm not mistaken, celebrating the victory of the Magnaya. But right now, we have a problem in our intellectual disciplines, which is that when we come forward with our best ideas, very often, even if they're slightly wrong, they're slammed. And when they're slammed, sometimes the older members of the community then take the ideas for themselves at a later point. This has to stop. And I think I've been trying to gather courage to put forward some ideas, which I think some aspects of them may be wrong, but are certainly quite interesting. And given that our leading theories have completely stalled out and failed to ship a product for, depending upon how you count, nearly 40 years or 50 years, depending upon whether it's the anomaly cancellation or something called the Veneziana model. I think it's time to simply ignore these people and realize that the leading lights of our most important community have failed. If we don't figure out the full source code, going beyond Einstein, going beyond the standard model, we can't know whether we're actually literally trapped in our local area or whether we have some hope of going out and looking at the night sky with an idea that that might be the roadmap to our future. So whether or not we're consigned by Einstein to the Elon Musk program, let's say, of exploring the moon and Mars, or whether, in fact, we might get on the Star Trek or Star Wars program of exploring the cosmos, has to do with whether or not we can get the source code.